5, 4, 3, 1. Look at that!
You know, I'm just a kid from Salt Lake City who made a beanbag, right? And so I haven't understood capital markets. You know, I've raised venture capital, raised private equity, done all kinds of different fundraisings, but like I haven't understood the public markets from a fundamental standpoint.
What are we up to today? NASDAQ, never been invited to come down. See, it's funny. We've got the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange both vying for a little Lovesac.
I was trying to understand, like, what is the NASDAQ? What is the New York Stock Exchange really? Like, what are they?
Historically, more tech companies, more young, up-and-coming, high-growth companies list themselves on the NASDAQ. I don't know, it's just sort of how the NASDAQ came up. Of course, the New York Stock Exchange, it's old, but established, traditional. It's where the big boys are, blue chips, the massive companies. Where does Lovesac belong? Hey. Sue, by the way, is our head of digital and direct marketing at Lovesac. Here's the interesting thing, right? The holy grail of digitally focused company metrics is this customer lifetime value versus customer acquisition cost. So CLV versus CAC, right? That's what they say. CLV versus CAC. It's become, it didn't even exist, honestly, like 5 years ago. But as so many companies have proven out that if you're able to spend real marketing dollars against a very positive ratio, in other words, your customer lifetime value is worth much more than what it costs to acquire a customer.
That's right.
Then you can just lay the hammer down. You can grow the company wildly unprofitably and raise tons of money.
And there's different time periods for lifetime value. Some people pay back in 12 months, some people pay back in 2 years, depending on how you acquire them.
How is our CLV versus CAC ratio?
I think right now your CAC is high because the lack of money put into digital, into marketing,
right.
But your lifetime value is really high because of the product.
Because Sactionals ain't cheap.
That's right.
But and people, they're sticky, right? People buy Sactionals and they keep adding on because we want them to have this couch forever. And so the lifetime value is actually potentially...
And it pays back quickly, which is really good.
Which means all these companies that are raising stupid money, hundreds of millions literally, to grow their business and just chase top line, even unprofitably, yet we have a profitable business that's also able to do the same.
Absolutely, and quickly.
That's right. I think we're going to put these companies down. Look who's here!
Shawn, welcome to NASDAQ. How's it going? Welcome.
Hi, Sue. Nice to meet you.
We're vlogging.
Awesome. Well, we've got fun mornings. Why not?
This is like meta social media. This guy.
You're on Lovesac camera.
Lovesac camera.
So trying to understand, like, what is the NASDAQ? What is the New York Stock Exchange? The best analogy I heard, it's an arena. So if you think of it like a sports arena, right? Like you can rent it out for your concert. In other words, it's not the concert. It's not the Dave Matthews Band. It's the arena where Dave Matthews Band plays. And Dave Matthews Band's manager has to, you know, list the show at that arena and pay the fees to be there. And then, of course, can have their concert there, right? Is that, we're the stadium.
We're the stadium.
Yeah,
we're the game. Hear what's happening on the field. Hear what's playing. And we just provide you the big sign on the arena that says, you know, live right now, this game's going on.
Yeah, and so that really helped me understand it because I never really, you know, I mean, of course I knew they exist and you hear these things.
It's a great analogy.
I think a lot of people don't know this stuff.
Yeah.
There's some arenas,
maybe
some arenas are older and more, you know, out of date, and some arenas have their locations. So it just depends on what arena you're looking to choose.
And you know, since I'm a huge football fan, you're like the Levi Stadium.
Exactly.
I'm a San Francisco 49er fan, so okay, I get it.
If you think about like a Tesla or Starbucks or what these innovators have done, there's a reason, a common thread in the DNA of NASDAQ that they all kind of gravitate towards. So we talk about our network of innovators and disruptors and kind of what you guys are doing in the furniture industry. So there's some nice common threads there. I had the hardest time, they don't make couches in standard sizes. You either have a corner piece, a love seat, and like a one, and that's it. There's no way to build a long couch, like a long with a big TV room. There's no way to get a couch. You can't do it.
But you can take those seats and just by rotating them this way, you just shorten that couch by a foot, or lengthen that couch by a foot, or shorten the couch by 6 inches, or lengthen the couch by. And this gives you a 70-inch love seat versus an 82-inch sofa. And of course, you could do that times 10 pieces or whatever you want. And a lot of people don't realize, like, besides just adding pieces, you can adjust it by 6 inches at a time. Like right now, we're going Facebook Live on NASDAQ.
Live in Times Square, I'm Brad Smith, joined by Shawn Nelson, who's the founder and CEO of Lovesac. We're gonna disrupt the couch industry a little bit here. We're taking it outside. We're taking it to the streets here.
We're gonna wreck the couch industry. It's not even, it doesn't even see us coming. We're gonna take half of it for Lovesac.
Absolutely. Should we pop back in the Lovesacs?
Let's do it.
Let's pop back. Hey. Oh, that was comfortable. These are extremely comfortable. Like, this is, now the original model was a little bit different than these. It's evolved over the years. Tell us about how Lovesac got its start first.
All right, so you were sitting in a very small Lovesac. We were made famous by, like, if you've ever seen like an 8-foot giant beanbag thing that, like, you and all your friends could sit in, that's a Lovesac. Cover comes off, machine washable, amazing. Not a beanbag, actually, it's full of foam, so they last forever. And what's eclipsed the popularity of the Lovesac is the Sactionals. That's what's up on the board right now. This couch that could, 2 simple pieces can literally become anything you want. It's like a transformer couch, and we can deliver it right to your door in the mail. You know, it's a couch built for the internet age.
Now, let's go to a little calculation here, because we're here at NASDAQ, so we got to talk numbers for a little bit. So, for every Sactional sold, you've calculated it prevents 4 couches from ending up in a landfill. Now, let's work backwards. How did we get, then, to that calculation?
That's right. So, we make the only designed-for-life couch in the world. And what that means is that 2 things. Sactionals are built to last a lifetime, and even more importantly, they're designed to evolve, right? Because even if you bought a really good couch somewhere, in 4 years from now, it's still just a tan couch. It might even be a tan couch with some stains on it. But with Sactionals, you can change the covers, wash it, rearrange it, add to it, grow it, shrink it, split it up into 2 different rooms, send half of it away with your kids to college, I don't know, whatever, right? It can literally adapt and grow as your life changes, and we want it to. And everything we invent to be backward compatible. So if you bought your Sactionals, you know, years ago, you can add the newest technology, the newest recliner coming out.
Sac recliner, you heard it here first.
All kinds of new innovation around the Sactionals platform. So you're investing, instead of spending your money on a couch, you're investing in a couch system that can literally be with you the rest of your life. And because of that, we prevent 4 couches from going in a landfill, or, you know, from otherwise being destroyed. And all of that foam and fabric and labor and energy that went into building that. And so it's a very sustainable business model, and we very much believe in sustainability as we approach it.
Times Square. Oh man, this is amazing. I have never looked at Times Square from this perspective. You know, that's the time in Times Square.
Oh, that's like the official time?
That's the time.
Look at this view.
Just before we wrap, you mentioned the entrepreneur. When we think about the next generation of ambitious leaders in business, entrepreneurship, whatever the case may be, what piece of advice would you have for some of them that might be watching here today?
My piece of advice is the same one I'm living on the vlog. Get off the couch. And it's not just a one-time thing. There's a lot of entrepreneurs waiting in the wings, but these get off the couch moments happen every day. My vlog is one of them. I've been watching, you know, these vlogs evolve. I've seen the traffic they can drive and the exposure they can drive for individuals, and I thought, holy crap, imagine if, I don't know of another entrepreneur just following their exploits around. I mean, you got Gary Vaynerchuk, good friend, but he's a media guy, right? I'm talking about a product company. So I just decided to do it. It's because I got off the couch that day and did it. And so every day there's these get off the couch moments where you have an idea, and my advice is just go do it now.
Everybody needs to take that piece of advice away from Shawn. Shawn, great to have you here in Times Square, chilling on the Lovesacs. Thanks again for being here this morning.
Thanks so much for having me, man. I'm happy to be here.
Right, subscribe, share it with a friend. 2 thumbs up, we don't get enough. 3 thumbs up.